How the f did your tiny little site get this many clients? That was all the attorney could say after I showed him the email leads my mini law site was generating. Those emails, if they became my clients, they'd be worth about $60,000 for me. Name your price, he finished. He spoke in a thick Long Island Italian accent. I swore this guy must work for the mob, and I thought he might have me whacked if my price was too high. $7,000, I replied, hoping for the best. He looked at me like I was asking for his kidney, but sure enough, I walked out of his office with an extra $7,000 in my PayPal account. That was over 2 years ago when I first discovered an offer so enticing to attorneys that I could walk into any law office and walk out with $5,000, $10,000, and even $20,000 deposits. Hi, my name is Luther, and you're about to learn how you can get started earning $10,000 lump sum payments and $5,000 a month residual payments from law firms as a marketing consultant. This job requires no previous experience, no regular 9-to-5 work hours, and you can outsource about 80% of it for cheap. In fact, you don't even have to go to a client's office. This consulting position can be run entirely through email. Sound like your kind of job? Here's the thing. Lawyers around the country have a big problem that is costing them thousands, and in some cases millions of dollars each year. And when you have a solution to this problem, which you will if you watch this webinar until the end, they will pay you anything you ask to get their hands on it. Dozens of my first-time consultants are earning their first $10,000 paycheck by selling the solution to law firms. Take a look at some of the paychecks my Facebook mastermind has been getting. Group member Mike says, "Been selling to lawyers for 2 months now and have booked 2 at $10,000 and 1 at $5,000 a month. This group has been life-changing. Can't wait to grow this. Here's my PayPal balance as of this morning." And group member Stacy says, "Landed my first check this morning, $8,000 from a lawyer in California. I emailed them a few leads for my Sacramento mini site and they were all over it. Here's a screen of my payment to use in the webinar." Right now, there are only a handful of us with access to this material, and we've all been earning huge paychecks putting it to work. By the end of this 7-minute webinar, I guarantee you'll have everything you need to collect ridiculous fees from law firms as a part-time or full-time consultant. I'm going to start off by sharing you the funny story on how I discovered this method, mainly because it is important you know how I've been finding law offices who desperately need this solution. And after, I'm going to walk you through all the details on getting started as a high-fee consultant yourself. Deal? You see, I discovered this opportunity on a bit of a dare. It was completely by accident. 2 years ago, I was going to see a personal injury attorney with my brother. He had been in a car accident and wanted my opinion and some moral support on his case. The attorney he hired was like something out of a gangster movie, an older gentleman who spoke with a thick Italian accent. When he found out that I was an online marketing consultant, he spent about 20 minutes showing off his new website. He had gone out and found the most expensive designer he could, paying $25,000 for a flash site complete with animated intro, menus, and cool-looking effects. I asked him how many clients this new website was landing him, and he replied in his thick accent, "Well, I haven't gotten any clients from the site yet, but it's professional and expensive, so I know it'll work eventually." What a concept. Being expensive means it will work. I wish my clients thought that way. It was pretty obvious to me why his flashy site was not booking clients. For starters, his flashy website had no way to capture leads. No contact form to fill out, no consultation request. Heck, you had to dig through 3 pages to even find his phone number. And that wasn't the only thing that caught my eye. His site did not target any SEO keywords, and his Google Places listing was incomplete. So he wasn't even showing up in local search. And since his site was built in Adobe Flash, it wouldn't even work on a mobile device. For a minute, I wanted to meet the guy who sold him this thing for $25,000 and shake his hand. I bet he's laughing all the way to the bank. Maybe he just hates lawyers and selling this useless site was his way of getting even. This site was the perfect formula for failure. No Google presence plus no lead capture equals no new clients. But hey, at least it looked professional. The attorney just shook his head as I tried to explain these things to him. He told me that all of his lawyer friends liked the site and he didn't want to change a thing. I took this as a dare and decided the best way for me to prove it to him was to build a new site myself, one that would actually land clients. In fact, I wanted my law office of Luther Landro website to book at least one law client before our next meeting with this attorney. I was on a mission to prove myself and got started working as soon as I got home. Here's how I put it together. First, I found a law firm WordPress theme that could capture leads. Took some digging, and I had to have my programmer make some changes once I found one, but it was only about a day's work. Next, I did some basic keyword research to find a search term to rank for. Something that a person looking for a personal injury attorney would search for, like personal injury attorney in Lindenhurst, New York. I found that specific personal injury keywords did not get a lot of searches each month. The one I chose got less than 500 searches a month. Having less than 500 searches means it would be easy to rank on the first page since there is no competition, yet it also meant I wouldn't be getting that many people to my site. Then I realized something. These personal injury keywords had suggested bids of over $100 per click. I was shocked. The most expensive keywords I ever go after had prices of $5 per click at most, and yet lawyers were paying over $100 per click to advertise on Google. This got my full attention, and I started doing a little bit more research into the law niche. What I found was an absolute goldmine of opportunity. In a survey by Allen Weiss Research, 70% of law firms said their website generates new clients. Hinge Research confirmed the survey, stating that 77% of professional firms generate new business leads online. That means over 70% of lawyers are paying $100 per click on their websites? I wondered how an attorney could afford to pay $100 for every visitor on their site, so I looked up just how much they stand to make from each client. Well, according to alllaw.com, most personal injury lawyers take 33 to 40% of the fees collected in a personal injury settlement, and many workplace injury settlements can be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. This meant a single lead for a personal injury lawyer is worth more than $40,000 if they take the case. No wonder they are willing to pay $100 per click to get traffic. So with a few SEO plugins and a handful of backlinks, I ranked my law office of Luther Landro site on Google for one of those $100 keywords. Pretty easy since they only had 500 searches a month. Within 2 weeks, I had gotten 3 leads from people who wanted to talk to an attorney about a personal injury case. In my next meeting with my brother's attorney, I showed the attorney the fake site I built. "This site looks like crap," he replied smugly. "No one would take this site seriously." I asked him how many clients his flashy site booked him in the last 2 weeks. He said none. I casually reached into my pocket and pulled out my iPhone, opened up my email app, and passed the phone over to him. He put on a pair of thick glasses and started reading the 3 leads that I booked with my crap site. He looked back at me puzzled, then looked back at the phone to read them again. Finally, he looks back at me and says, "Those emails, if they became my clients, they'd be worth about 60 grand. How the f*** did your tiny little site get them?" I started to wonder if he used such colorful language when he spoke in courtrooms. "Okay, you're right. How much for the sites?" I told him I normally sell sites like this for $10,000, but I'd give it to him for $7,000 if he agreed to hire me as a marketing consultant. He agreed and paid me via PayPal right on the spot. After all, the 3 leads that had already been generated were worth more than $7,000 for him, and this site would continue to produce them at no extra cost to him. I ended up making way more than $7,000 selling him Google Local SEO, mobile, and a handful of other services for my usual $5,000 a month fee. Not bad for a single site that was ranked for a search term that gets less than 500 searches a month. This had to be a fluke, I thought. Surely if lawyers are paying $100 per click, they would at least have lead capture on their websites. I did a search on Google for other law offices that may have this problem, and there it was. Lawyers advertising on Google paying $100 per click to send traffic to sites that don't even capture leads. Even worse, most of these law firms didn't have their Google Places profile filled out properly and were paying $100 per click for traffic they could be getting for free. I was shaking when I saw the amount of opportunity that was in front of me. You see, this solved a problem that lawyers have. They pay hundreds of dollars per click in advertising, and they aren't capturing leads from this traffic. It's an obvious mistake to us marketers, yet lawyers seem too preoccupied with looking professional that they forget to use their websites to sell new clients. A simple Google search could turn up hundreds of offices in my town who need this, and thousands around the country. Even more importantly, the lead capture sites I was building generated leads for free. And virtually none of the firms who advertised were ranked anywhere in Google or in Google's local results. I started creating more law sites using the WordPress software that I had put together. It was easy to get them ranked in Google just high enough to land one new lead per week. One lead a week may not seem like much, yet it could mean $10,000 to $40,000 in fees to an attorney. Once I had the site working, I would email every attorney I could find in the area with a simple message. Hey, my name is Luther, and I built this law site for people in your area and have been getting requests from personal injury cases. I'm not a lawyer and don't know what to do with them. Can you help? Attorneys would respond back almost 80% of the time. I had them hooked. I would sell the site to the highest bidder, usually around $10,000 per site. This was a bargain for attorneys, as they would make that investment back with just one case. Think about it. At $100 per click, an attorney would have to spend $10,000 just to get 100 people looking at their website. Maybe 5 people out of that 100 would become a lead. In my case, attorneys spend $10,000 once and get a new case to work on every week. The sites pay for themselves after 2 months in most cases. This was such an easy way to make money that I posted a complete how-to in my Facebook mastermind group that I mentioned earlier. I posted all the software I used and step-by-step instructions to get sites ranked, as well as the email copy I was using to sell the sites and the Google search to find clients. A number of them tested it out, and here are some of the replies. Deborah from the group says, I sent out 15 emails after building the law site 2 weeks ago. 5 replied with an offer on the leads and site, sold it to a lawyer in Fresno for $7,000. So excited, this is the biggest paycheck I've ever received. Thank you everyone who was so helpful. Here's my money shot for the group. Clarence Dunlop from East Chain, Minnesota emailed me saying, Luther, your email has been working great. A number of lawyers have gotten back to me about the site, and 2 of them are now buying leads directly from me. I have one taking my personal injury leads and another taking the estate planning emails. These sites are like an ATM that churns out money. And Brian from the group says, my turn to post results. I've given this system a good try over the last 4 months and managed to land 2 paychecks. Granted, I've only been doing this part-time, but $20,000 in 4 months is a big help. I'd love to do this full-time. Here's my money shot to inspire those of you who haven't seen your first check yet. Stick with it, it's worth it. Seeing the success that regular folks were having with this sales method, I decided to help more people get in on it. After all, there are thousands of law firms all around the country desperately wasting their money on marketing that doesn't work, spending hundreds of dollars per click on ads and tens of thousands of dollars on expensive flashy sites that don't turn those clicks into leads. Listen, I have never seen a business consulting niche with this much potential. First-time consultants are collecting $10,000 payments for mini sites that only get 2 to 3 new leads per month, and more experienced marketers are earning $5,000 or more per month from each attorney. Build a site that generates just 1 lead per month off Google traffic, and lawyers will line up to pay you thousands for that site, regardless of how experienced you are. Now, I've recorded a video version of the step-by-step instructions that my private mastermind group received. I compiled these training videos, as well as all the software used to build the mini law sites, into a done-for-you coaching package that I call the Effortless Law Firm Consulting Formula. The Effortless Law Firm Consulting Formula is the fastest way for first-time consultants to earn high-ticket payments from personal injury attorneys. Inside the Fast Start training videos, you'll learn the Google hack that uncovers thousands of law firms who are spending $100 a click on ads but need a lead capture website. The accidentally getting clients email swipe that gets law offices paying you $10,000 for a 4-page website, a price they consider to be a bargain. Send this email out and you will never even have to meet the attorneys that are paying you. A complete Rolodex of white label services that you can sell to law clients for an easy $5,000 per month. These services do all the actual work for you and only cost a few $100s. This leaves you with an average of $3,765 in net profit each month from every law firm you get to sign up. Not bad when all the actual work is done for you. And to help you scale your consulting empire, I'm including my master list of outsourcers who can handle mini site creation and email sending for you. Most of these outsourcers are on Fiverr, so they are extremely affordable and will enable you to sell multiple law offices each week. Outsourcing is the key to working smarter instead of harder. Every person on this list is someone I have worked with personally, so you can get started with confidence, knowing that every step is going to get done the right way. Included with this training is all the software that I use to build these mini sites and get them ranked in Google quickly. Listen, I had to buy these themes at retail. Each one costed me around $97, plus an extra $500 to have my programmer customize and add lead capture to them. Each theme is professionally designed to not only collect leads, but to impress any lawyer who sees them fetching the highest price possible. The themes can be put together with drag and drop page builders and include all the demo content you need so they look exactly how they appear here when you install them yourself. What you see here in the demo is what you get when you install them. No additional setup required. Each of these themes have been split tested to find the design that pulls in the most leads from Google search and AdWords. Listen, at $100 per click, your clients need to make the most out of their investment, and even a 5% increase in conversions can save an attorney thousands of dollars in lead costs. These themes have been perfected to have an unheard of 48% lead capture rate on good traffic sources. Compare that to the 15% lead capture rate that most law sites see, and you can see why attorneys are scrambling to pay over $10,000 for them. Most of my clients generate 3 times as many leads using these sites, plus free leads every month from organic Google traffic. Bottom line, you can get paid over $10,000 for very little effort while making your law office clients hundreds of thousands of dollars from all the new cases they take on, just like the consultants you see here. Now legally, my attorney tells me that I have to warn you that most people won't make money with these themes. I know the reason is that most people don't follow through on the opportunities they invest in. However, I am making this video for my previous customers, and I am sure if you are watching this now, you are the type of person who will follow through and make the most out of this cash-rich opportunity. So here's the deal. I'm planning to launch this package as a $497 coaching program in about 3 months. Yet before I do, I want to get my regular customers in on this at a steep discount. This allows me to give back to my customers and subscribers who have been loyal to me for many years. I also want to gather more testimonials from regular folks like you who can take this package and earn $5,000 to $10,000 lump sum payments with it over the next 3 months. And so if you are on this page right now, consider yourself lucky. You're getting in at less than half of what everyone else has to pay. When you act right now during this 2-week promotion and promise to email me a testimonial when you start making money, you are getting this entire package for the low price of only $27. Listen, don't decide right now. Take advantage of my unconditional 60-day guarantee. Just try the Effortless Law Office Consulting Formula for yourself for a full 60 days. If you do not book at least 3 new clients in that time, or if you do not earn at least $10,000 selling your first websites, or for any reason at all, just send me a support ticket with the word refund and I will send you back every penny. No questions asked, no hassles. And remember, this offer is only valid right now on this page. So please, if you come back here tomorrow or even an hour from now and find this video disabled, don't email my support desk asking for this discount because it will have been closed and I need to be fair to the customers who got in early. Look below this video right now. Click on the button below and claim your copy of the Effortless Law Office Consulting Formula now before this promotion ends.